This session is recorded in case if we want to access, it will be available for all the participants. Good morning once again. My name is Lokesh. I'm part of the Algomojo team. Welcome all to this session on how to use Algomojo platform to trade better and invest better in the stock market. Um, we will start with a small presentation, and before that, in case if you have any queries, please use the Q&A box to type out your queries. I'll try and answer them as we go along. You need not have to wait till then. Whatever specific things that you want, if there is any specific thing that you would like to understand or know about the platform, about the features, about the facilities, feel free to raise your queries. I will try and answer them. Yes. We will start with a small presentation. Our website is algomojo.com. The agenda for today is we will have a small introduction to our platform and what are the features that are available for all users, traders, and investors. And we will look at how do we do an integration for strategies or indicators using TradingView as a platform. In case if anybody is interested, we can look at how to use Amibroker also for integration and a brief about Algomojo support and Q&A session. Our website is algomojo.com. It's a web-based trading platform. It's an execution platform that is available for all users. There is no separate app, or we don't have a mobile app or a system app, laptop or desktop app. It is a web-based tool which is available. You can use any browser, and you get to access all the features and facilities of Algomojo. Now, it is designed for traders basically to automate the trading strategies that you have. We have tried to keep it as simple and as user-friendly as possible so that with a bit of computer knowledge, you will be able to automate any strategy that you would have either in any of these trading platforms like charting platforms like TradingView or Amibroker or MT4 charting kind of tools which are pretty popular among the traders and investors. A lot of users would be referring to these kind of tools and would like to place an order based on the studies or the programs that you would be running in these platforms. So you will be able to automate any strategy or any indicator that you would have. There is no requirement to have any kind of coding or programming knowledge. It is all plug and play, just copy paste of one or two things, and that is done. Your setup will be ready, and the platform will execute the orders based on the signals that would be coming in from these tools like TradingView or Amibroker or charting kind of things. Now, we provide common API connectivities to multiple brokers. We give whatever execution modules are required, whatever sample codes are required to be used in your strategy, we provide that. And there's no programming that you need to do, just plug and play kind of environment that we have created. All you have to do is drag and drop certain things or copy paste one or two things, which is provided by us in our system. It is very, very simple to operate. You will get a hang of it when we do the actual platform integration and see how the orders or the strategies or the indicators can be integrated and orders can be placed. We will look at some live examples using the markets which are open today, like Bitcoin kind of markets are open today. So we should be able to generate some live signals and see how the execution happens in our platform. Any queries? I'd like to say that please raise it using the Q&A box. I'll try and answer them as we go along. Now, our aim is, as I was mentioning, to keep this trading or investment journey as simple as possible. We are trying to make it as user-friendly and environment as possible. So there's no complexity in terms of how to use the platform or what coding to be done, what needs to be done in the charting tool. It is all we have tried to keep it as user friendly, as simple as possible. We'll begin with some key features that are available for all users. You could be an investor, a long-term investor, a short-term investor, or a swing trader, or an intraday trader. So there are facilities and features which are available for all users. Now you can customize what is that you want to trade as a trader or an investor. You can choose whether you want to trade in equities or futures or options, right? Whichever segments that you are currently involved with, you can you will be able to use our platform to generate the signals and from your charts and then place orders. Yes, the time-based option strategies are currently not yet available. That is another area that we are working on. It should be made available pretty soon. We are talking about a couple of weeks time. They say there are a lot of users who want this 920 kind of strategies to be triggered at exact time or set time as such in a day. Option strategies, especially. So you can create it. You can enable them in our platform by the click of a button. Those strategies will get executed as of now, but the system to do it automatically once whatever time that you set will be shortly will be made available shortly. Yes. Then you can trade in say static options. Suppose you're a intraday trader and you like to trade a particular strike price, you can do that, or you can choose the strikes that you want to trade dynamically. So whenever there's a signal coming in, if you have say chosen an ATM or an OTM or an ITM, we will pick up that particular strike for you based on the spot running at that point in time, and the place orders accordingly. Now, you have flexibility to choose up to 20 in the strike and 20 out of the strike levels in any of the instruments that are available for options trading. Yeah, it is. The platform can be used by both for both option buying, and if you're a option writer or an option seller, you can do that also. You can hedge your strategies by using either hedge buying or hedge selling as such. And in case if your quantity is larger than the freeze limit set by the exchanges, we take care of the order splitting as such. We will look at what is the quantity that you're trading, and if it has to be split into multiple orders, we do that and place the orders. So you need not have to worry about placing multiple orders or closing multiple positions that are open, or closing the entire quantity by placing multiple orders manually as such. The system will take care of it for you. Yeah, for risk management, we have various facilities that are available. First is you can set your target and stop loss, which can be either in points or percentage of the price or the premium or the instrument that you're trading. It could be futures, it could be options, it could be equities. So you can set certain percentage or points of those instruments. So whenever those levels are reached, either in terms of target or stop loss, the positions which are there will get closed. And you can also use these trailing stop loss risk management tool, which is available. So trailing again, you can do either in terms of points or percentage, or even based on M to M as such. Now, suppose your position has reached a certain M to M and you would like to trail that, you can do that also. And there's one more interesting thing that we have just launched. We'll take you through that also. You can also set the start time and end time to process the signal. Suppose you're a trader and you don't want to trade in the first hour because the volatility is high and you're not very sure which direction the market might go. You might like to start after, say, 11 o'clock in the morning. You can set the time as start time as 11 o'clock and end time as, say, 2:30. So any signals coming in this window from say 11 o'clock to 2:30 or 3 o'clock, whatever the time frame that you've set, they will be processed. And if there are signals coming in earlier to that or past that time that you've set as end time, those signals will be ignored as such. Now, for all users, we provide paper trading facility. our suggestion to all users is that please try out our platform using the paper trade first. Check if the platform is able to meet your complete requirements, and look at a couple of cycles of orders going through or the signals getting processed. And once you're confident that yes, the platform is able to handle your kind of requirement, then only go in for live trade. So paper trade is provided for all users. It is there's a limit of 3 paper trades that you can use at any given point in time. So once you test the process and test the system and see that the orders are going through correctly, then shift over to live trade. There's no limitation in terms of live trading as such. You can set any amount of live trading. There's no limitation on that. Only there's a limitation for paper trade. Now, paper trade is a facility extended for people to test the process of order flow in Algomojo using our platform. It is not a forward testing or a back testing tool. It is such kind of facilities are not available in our platform. We are not for back testing or forward testing kind of applications. You'll need to use a different tool for back testing your strategies or forward testing your strategies as such. This is just to check if the orders are flowing as per the signals that are triggered from your strategy or from your indicator, right? Uh, then you can suppose you're trading in futures or weekly options, and you want to roll them over not on the expiry day but prior to the expiry day. You can do that. You can say that, okay, I would like to expire or roll over my positions which are open, say 5 days before the expiry or 7 days before the expiry. On that day, I want the expiry, the rollover to happen at say 12 o'clock in the afternoon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So you can set the time and date when your position should be rolled over. So accordingly, our system will look at what are the positions open, and then it will automatically close the existing position of the current month or the week, and then take the positions for the next contract as such. Yeah. Uh, Another interesting thing that we have gotten pretty recently is the number of entry signals that you want us to handle. Now, we have come across various users where, say, the system would keep generating a particular type of signal multiple times. It will keep giving, say, buy multiple times. Suppose you don't want to handle multiple buys in a stretch. You want to handle only the first 1 or 2 buy signals or 1 or 2 sell signals. You can restrict that. You can say that, okay, whenever the first buy comes, process that, and after that, any buy signal coming in, ignore them. The next signal to be processed is a sell. So our system will understand and stop multiple entries of the same type of signal. So especially useful when you are dealing with your strategy or indicator, which would keep repainting. So to eliminate the repainting issues, this facility has been extended. And there are some strategies also which would keep providing you multiple entries of the same signals. Say it will keep triggering buy signals, say multiple times, and might exit after say in a given sell signal. So you can use our platform to handle all the signals also. You can set a limit or no limit as such. So whenever you want, if you want us to handle all the signals coming in, we will take care of that. So if there are 10 buy signals coming in, we'll take all the 10 buy signals and process the orders. Positions will be open. And if you want to quit them using a single sell signal, that also happens in our system. Yeah. Or if you want only the first buy or a sell signal to be handled, that also can be set. Another interesting thing is, suppose you're a trader, you don't want to take multiple trades in a day. Suppose you have you start your trading day, and say you want to handle only 5 signals for the day or 10 signals for the day, or you want to just handle one signal for the day. So one entry and exit happens. After that, you don't want to do any further trading for the day. You can set those kind of limits also in the system. So based on the number of trades that you want to handle, system will process the signals accordingly. Now, for especially for option traders who would be using multiple legs for by creating option strategies, you can do that. You can define each leg independently. and execute those orders at a click of a button. As of now, the facility is that you have to create each leg independently and group them together under a facility called grouping in our system. And uh, when a signal for a buy or a sell is coming from your chart, we will process all the legs. We are also working on a facility where the option strategies will be predefined. Suppose you say that iron condor, if there are multiple legs in that, whatever the legs are defined under iron condor, those will be made available readily for you. And at a click of a button or a click at the receipt of a signal, all the legs will be executed. So that is the automatic generation of all the legs is still work in progress. We will be launching those kind of facilities going forward in a couple of weeks. Any queries so far? You kindly use the Q&A box to type out your queries. If you want to say anything specific, please raise them using the Q&A box. Now you can receive Telegram notification. You all you have to do is go to Algomojo bot in Telegram and take the chart ID from there and then integrate it with the strategies that you're running. So whenever there's a signal coming in for buy or sell, you will get a Telegram notification also. Pretty simple to set up as such. Now, some new features that we have just launched is something called a log profit and trail profit. Now, many of you are aware, the M2M, you are aware of the difference between an M2M and a profit and loss. M2M would take care of, would be showing you details of profit or loss at that point in time for that day as such. However, it will not be a true reflection of whether your portion is in profit or loss. So that is the P&L part of it, which you will need to handle it. Now, M2M based stops and M2M based target and stop loss, those are facilities which are available. However, we have launched this new feature wherein based on the profit generated for that particular instrument that you're trading, uh, especially in a swing trade, the system will keep track of that and ensure that a minimum profit that you would like to lock in is made available for you. Now, the way it operates is that you say that okay, the trigger for locking of profit should be at a certain level. You can set that level. Once you do that, you can also define what is the minimum profit that you expect to be locked. So our system will keep track of both these levels, and whenever these levels are reached, the positions will be triggered and the positions can get closed also. So the way uh, yeah, the way you set it up is, suppose say you're in a profit of the actual P&L. I'm not talking about the MTF. The actual P&L of your positions taken is, say where it has reached say 5,000 rupees, and you say that okay, my profit that I want to take minimum is 3,000 rupees. Uh, uh, enable this once the profit level reaches 5,000. So once 5,000 profit is reached, the system will trigger the minimum lock-in that you have set. It could be 2,000, it could be 3,000, 4,000, whatever you set. And whenever the system reverses, it will ensure that your position gets closed without the profit falling below 3,000 as such. Right. So pretty simple for people to lock in and maximize the profits. And further improvement that we also gotten is, suppose say you are in a profit of say 5,000 rupees and it moves up to 6,000 rupees, and you would like, and you had set a minimum profit of 3,000 rupees, you want that to be increased to 3,500. When the profit reaches 6,000, you can keep trailing that. So you can set by how much the profit, if it moves, how much should be a lock-in profit should be moving up. So once you say that, and our system will keep track of the profit positions, and it will keep trailing your lock-in profits also. For example, say if you say that whenever your profits increase in steps of 1,000 rupees, you want the trailing amount to be increased by 500 rupees. So you set an initial lock-in of 3,000. So when the profit reaches say 6,000, your lock-in amount increases to 4,500. So that is the way it would operate as such. Yeah, this is something new which we just launched, and some of the features that we are working on are um, price type. Currently, the price that we trigger is all market. We are working on to launch limit market and stop loss limit orders. Then the other facility that we are currently working on is on option strategies. So at a click of a button, you can create option strategies like a butterfly or an iron condor or a saddle or a strangle. So any of those popular option strategies can be created at a click of a button and get executed at a click of a button as such. So this is work in progress. And you can also, we are also working on adding a watch list for dynamic selection of indices or stocks from the watch list itself. Going forward, those will be available. Yeah, sure. We will look at Amibroker broker setup also. There's a detailed documentation provided for both TradingView and Amibroker setup. However, we'll look at some examples today as to how do we do the setup as such. Yes. Now, the segments that you can trade in currently are equities, cash, which could be intraday or delivery, and futures and options, which could be in NSE, BSE markets or commodities. You can have static options or you can have dynamic options on the various trading instruments that are available in the Indian market. We are not yet ready for crypto market or currency markets. Going forward, that is another area that we do plan to have our systems available. Currently, we have any queries so far on the features. We will get into the actual platform uh, demo shortly, very shortly. We have currently integrated with close to 27, 28 brokers. Most of the large brokers, popular brokers are integrated for API order executions from Algomojo. Includes brokers like your Angel Broking or Dhan or Fires, or it could be Motilals to Paytms to Zerodha, all large broking houses are available for you to use a platform to automate your strategies for not only trading, even for investment purposes also. It's not just for intraday trading or swing trading in equities or options, so futures or options. You can use this platform for trading or investment purpose in equities also. Now, we have a very special offer. If you, as you're aware, the APIs that the brokers provide is completely free of cost. Even Zerodha, who used to charge 2,000 rupees for APIs, they have made it free of cost. So, as a trader, in case if you are using or an investor, you are using Zerodha platform, now you can automate your trades without any charges. Of course, for API-based trading, you will need to have access to Algomojo. Uh, One method is to do a subscription, or the other method is to open an account in any of these seven brokers. If you open a new account with any of these seven brokers, you get the APIs of Algomojo also free of cost for life as such. Now, if you have an account already with these brokers or the other listed brokers that we just saw, 27, 28 brokers, you can get into a subscription model. There are three methods available. One is a monthly subscription, half yearly subscription, or a yearly subscription as such. Now, all users would get a 7-day trial. Post that, you will need to go in for a subscription. Right now, when it comes to automation, it is a two-step process. The first step is what you set it up in Algomojo, like wherein you say that, okay, what is that you want to trade? Whether you want to trade in futures, options, or equities, whether it is dynamic options, whether it could be intraday, it could be swing trade. All those settings need to be done in Algomojo first. So once you define what is that you are looking to trade, in Algomojo platform, then we get into say TradingView or Amibroker and do a small setup, and the system is ready for taking any signals that would come in from your strategy or from your um, indicators. Such any queries so far? Yeah. So we will look at how do we do this, what needs to be defined in Algomojo first, and then get into, say, automation of TradingView, wherein it's a simple process of alert creation. Most of you would be familiar, would have exposure to TradingView or Amibroker. It's a simple plug and play kind of steps that is involved. We will see some live samples. Yeah. Um, let's look at our platform as such. So um, what you can do is our website is algomojo.com. Now, in case you would like to open an account to avail the free APIs from Algomojo, please use this button called Open an Account from algomojo.com and fill in the basic details. Select the broker with whom you want to open the account and complete the process. Once you have the user ID and password, the APIs will be enabled for free usage from Algomojo also for life as such. Now, in case you want any features, new feature which you find that is not available with us, kindly use this button and make a request. We can look at what is the feasibility of creating that feature. We will come back and tell you if it is not there, whether we'll be able to do it and what kind of timeline as such. And if you want any specific installation to be done, I mean, any of the platforms, it could be TradingView, Amibroker, charting, MT4, any of these, you can book a slot, install for installation, and our team will get in touch with you and we will be able to help you out. See, we had done an uh, integration with ICICI Direct, but for whatever reason, they have stopped for the API processing as such. This was about, say, 3 to 6 months back when SEBI was looking at reviewing the API for retail usage as such. That is the time when quite a few brokers and came in and said that, okay, please hold on till we have clarity from SEBI and in terms of retail API usage. So we had to put a stop on the ICICI Direct. Our systems and platforms are ready. It is only that they have to give a go ahead so that we will enable for ICICI Direct users also. Yeah, Sher Khan has done. Now, there's a change in the management of Sher Khan. I think they have been taken over by Mere Assets. So it is available free. If you have an account with them, you should be able to use that asset. Yes. Now, once you have a broking trading account, so you can log into that account from here. Go to this login page and select the broker from the drop down. Uh, Let me use TradeGenie as a broker for today's demo. So once you use that, for logging into our platform, select the broker and the credentials to be used is the same what is given by your broker. So it will be the same username and password and TOTP. You need not have to create anything new for handling Algomojo platform research. Yeah. Let me log into this page. So So once you log in, the user interface for all the brokers is the same. It will look something like this. You have a dashboard, orders, tab and position and holding tabs. This will reflect the same order, trades and position book from your broker's end. It will give you details of all the orders processed for the day, whether manually or through algo, any of those methods. Everything will be listed here in terms of trades and orders and positions. Um, on the panel, you can also create watch list. You can create up to 5 watch lists, and you can place orders from here, buy, sell, whatever you want to do. That can be handled from here itself. So advantage being that you can have one login to take care of all your trading and investment requirements. You need not have to have multiple things open to do your day-to-day activity as such. Except for maybe like adding your funds or withdrawal of funds or getting some back-end reports, you need to go to the broker page and then do that activity. So after you log in, you can look at the Algomojo APIs. From there are various tabs on the left side. So the first tab will show you the API details of Algomojo. This first pertains to Algomojo as such. We generate these APIs for automation purpose. Now, when you're doing it for the first time, it will ask you to generate the API and then gives you a trial for 7 days. Once the trial is over, you will need to renew it. Suggestion is that kindly take the trial method, look at how the performance, how the platform works. If you comfortable with the platform, and if the platform is able to meet your requirements in terms of trading or investment, then go in for subscription method. So in terms of subscription, you have monthly, yearly, and half yearly. So yearly, it works out to say 500 rupees for per month for you. So you get all the features and facilities which are currently available, and the things that would be getting rolled out in the future also. Right. So avail this trial period, check out our platform. And if you feel that, okay, platform is able to meet your requirements, then only go ahead with your subscriptions as such. Or if you open a new account, it comes free of cost for you for life. So once you have the API, the next step is to define what is that you want to trade. So what we do is we go to this tab called My Strategies, and here you have to create the define what is that you want to trade. Let me remove whatever is currently there. It's okay. That is linked to something else. So create a new strategy wherein we will say that, okay, sorry, let me do that again. So on the right top, you will see this button called new strategy. This is where we go and define what is that you want to trade. For example, today, let us look at how to trade with Nifty futures, Nifty FUT demo. 10th May. It can be any name. So, and rule. This is pretty important to select the rule correctly. If you do not use the correct rule, the order processing might will not happen properly. So be sure about what is the rule that is applicable. There are 5 types of rules. One is long only, the other one is short only. Then third is long plus short with buy and sell. Another one is long play short, buy, sell, short, and cover, and stop and reversal, which will have buy, sell, and short and cover. Now, I'll explain each of these rules, how to use based on a chart. We will look at a trading view chart and tell you what rule to be used in what kind of circumstance as such. Yeah. Now, for first demo, we'll be using a strategy called super trend. Now, most of you are aware about super trend. It is always in trade. So the rule applicable for super trend and similar strategies as super trend, which is always in trade, I would say, either long or short, use a rule called stop and reverse. And then here we select what is the segment that we want to trade. Segment, I'll define it as futures and option. And in terms of symbols, let me select Nifty. If you type in the first few letters of these instrument, you'll get a list from where you can select what is that you want to trade. Order type can be normal or MIS. If it is intraday MIS, then price is always market. So you can leave that at default value. Once we have the stop loss and limit kind of orders, even those will need to be updated. Linear regression based strategies, we do offer certain strategies as a facility for users to for trading and investment purpose. I'll share you the details. Yes, in terms of cost. So here, and define how many lots you want to trade. Say if it is 100 lots, you can say 100 lots. You will see the quantity also. If it is more than the split, the system will automatically look at what is the freeze limit and update this feed. You need not have to. You can leave it as a default value. Chart symbol also you can leave it blank. You need not have to set it up. Then these are the minimum things that are expected to be updated. So there are other optional stuff like whether you want to define target, whether you want to define stop loss, whether you want to lock in profit, those kind of things. In case if you want to use them, you can update these optional fields, and you can also change the start time and end time for trading investment purpose. And when do you want to roll over, all that can be set from this place as such. So after updating the basic requirement in terms of what is that you want to trade and what quantity you want to trade, whether intraday or carry forward, we save this using the submit button. So the details would get saved, and a specific webhook URL for this particular strategy gets created, which is very important to be used. And in say Amibroker or TradingView, wherever you want to trade, you have to use the specific webhook URL. So you could create another strategy for Bank Nifty, another strategy for, say, for example, Reliance. You could have multiple strategies created. So each strategy would have a specific webhook URL. So kindly note, it is important to relate this webhook URL to a particular strategy that you are going to trade with. Yeah, and also gives you certain codes that you need to use in TradingView. Say if you are running a strategy in TradingView, this is the code to be used. If you are using an indicator in TradingView, these are the codes to be used. All you have to do is copy paste from here. And in case if you are using Amibroker, there are certain modules which are available. All you have to do is copy paste the relevant module from here and paste it in your AFL, which you already have, right? So once we do this, set up in Algomojo, define what is that we want to trade. We save that. So as you can see, the strategy is created. By default, it will be in inactive state. You have to enable for live trade and paper trade. Always start with a paper trade. Check how it is working, whether it is placing orders as per your design requirement of your strategy or indicator that you're running. And once you're convinced that yes, it is getting uh, placed as per your design, you can move on to live trade. Now, every day morning when you log in, it will be in inactive state. You have to compulsorily enable it for live or paper trade. Also note, you have to log in close to market open time as possible. Say log in around 8:45, 9 o'clock. Don't do it very early in the morning, say 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Suppose you want to travel or you're abroad and you want to log in. Don't do it much early because see, brokers, are you aware, would be doing maintenance activities in the night, and there's no preset time when they would complete their activity. But of course, they will be operational by the time the market opens. So that's why we suggest that uh, log in close to market open hours as such. Otherwise, say if you log in say at 5 o'clock in the morning, any signal coming in would be rejected because the session would have got expired. The brokers would give us a token that would have got expired. So we will need a fresh token. So you will need to re-log in and then get the things going further for the day. So do log in for as close to market hours as possible, open as possible, and come to the strategy page and enable for live or paper trade. So these are two activities needs to be done. Also more from a regulatory perspective. Regulation also says that every day people need to log in. It can't be a perpetual login kind of thing. The API rules released by SEBI says that every day the users have to log in. So we have to go ahead with those compliances. Yes. Any queries so far? Please let me know in the Q&A box. The next step is we'll get into TradingView and look at how do we do the setup as. So in TradingView, in case you have any specific strategy or indicator you want to see, let me know. Kindly note, you will need to have a subscription for TradingView automation purpose. The free version would not be supporting the webhook URLs. So you will need to get subscription on TradingView for automation. Yeah, just yeah, sure. Now also, if you are using Algomojo and you want to look at how to do the setups, so you can go to this tab called modules. Yeah, and go to Amibroker. There's a small video provided to show how to install these modules as such. Go ahead and do that and use that. We will also show you how to do it. If you're using Amibroker, you have to set up a bridge also. Go to this tab called bridge, and here you can choose which is the choose Amibroker, and there's a small video explaining how to do it, or a step-by-step process outlined here also. You'll need to download this file, and what needs to be done after that, it is explained here. It's a very simple process. Download the file and just install it in your system. First install the bridge, and then after that open the Amibroker and install the necessary modules as such. Modules are 5 types: long only, short only, long plus short, buy sell short cover, and stop and reverse. And the sixth one would be a button trading module. So all these modules are available which for you to download from here also. So so if you see this, you have a long only module, so you have a short only module, you have a long plus short module. What it does, it is all explained here, and you can download those specific EFLs and then do a plug and play also. So we will look at how do we do this when we get into the Amibroker setup. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now, somebody, should I show the Amibroker setup first? It's pretty simple. All you have to do is open your Amibroker, right? Uh, from here, what I'll do is let me say, for example, let's try and install this uh, module called stop and reverse. Yeah, this module. Download this module. So after downloading, you go to your Amibroker file, say folder where you have Amibroker. Under Amibroker, go to the formulas and save this ASL. Let me paste it here. You can save it anywhere. I've pasted this long plus short execution module, right? So you can download from our page itself here. There are various modules. You can scan what is that you need, accordingly use that. Then next go to Amibroker. Then load your strategy here. Now this is a Nifty price chart. Let me try and load a chart here. Strategy. Let me try and load the strategy here. So this is linear regression based strategy that is available for users, and a subscription method. Somebody was asking about linear regression based strategy. We do have these available, so you can take a trial. After that, check how it works, and then get in for subscription method. It's available on a monthly basis or an yearly basis also, right? So after you have your strategy loaded here, as you can see here, this is a strategy. Now, you have to, this is pretty similar, this linear regression, what we are loaded in terms of the strategy is similar to your, uh, say, super trend. It is always in trade in that sense. It is not in terms of mathematical formula. It is based on linear regression based method. But in terms of operation, it is always in trade, either long or short. So that way it is similar. So for these kind of strategies, which are always in trade, we should look at a module called stop and reverse. The requirement is that if there is a long signal, it will take a long portion. When a short is generated, it will close the long portion and take the reverse short portion. So that's why we say that stop and reverse. So stop the long portion and take the short portion. Then after this, it will take stop the short portion and take a long portion. So that is how the strategy works. So for these kind of strategies, use this module called stop and reverse. Now, once you're loaded this as such, this is the module that we just loaded, downloaded from the website, just drag and drop from here, right? Once you do a drag and drop, and let me maximize this. Yeah, this is for positional trade or even for intraday trade. You can use for any purpose. Yeah, recommended for the linear regression based, the wheel intra, what is available. This particular strategy called wheel intra positional, as you can see here, wheel in pos, that's positional. V5 version 5 is more for a positional trade. There are intraday strategies also. I will show you in our website how to get those details. So after you do the drag and drop of the module for trading, go to parameters, and you can see this portion which has been loaded now. Here, all you have to do is copy the webhook URL from Algomojo strategy that you defined. Go here and go to the strategy that we just created and copy this webhook URL. Go back to Amibroker and paste it here and enable paper trade. That's it. Now, whenever the system generates a signal, it will automatically, orders will get placed. Let me try and do a bar replay and show you. So the any orders that get placed will be seen under this tab in Algomojo. If you go to the tab section here, there's something called My Signals. If you go to My Signals, it will strategy wise, it will show what are the signals which are generated, what are the orders placed, what are the positions open, what are the holdings, realized P&L summary, all that can be seen under this tab called My Signals. So as you can see, there's no position open now. Let's try and do a bar replay in Amibroker and see how the signals would get processed, right? Let me start from 8, 10, 5, yes. Let me enable this log also. Hope you're able to see my screen. So whenever we get a signal, you'll be able to see that signal in the log section of Amibroker. So if there's a long running, we don't have a position. So you can see that a short signal has been generated, and it will give you a status also as to what has happened. Uh, so we can go and check here what has happened. As you can see here, the signals are processed. So there'll be two signals which are coming in. So one is for closure of the existing portion, the other one is for taking the new portion. So you had a star which is for closure and a down arrow which is for taking the short portion. So both signals have been processed here, and the order is accordingly placed. As you can see, we had two portions, so it is looking at 700 lot, but since we did not have a position, it has taken the sell and short both as such. Yeah. It is as simple as that. All you have to do is here in Algomojo, it can be any strategy that you would have. All you have to do is load that strategy, and on top of that, place the right module, whether it is long only, whether it is short only, whether it is long plus short or stop and reverse. Drag and drop the necessary module, and in the parameters, go and update the webhook URL. Sorry, and enable algo mode. That's it. There's no other thing to be done in terms of automation. So you have to have a strategy which gives buy, sell, short cover kind of signals in Amibroker. it can be from anybody. You can create your own strategies. If you have written, if you are into programming, you would have written a program in AFL. Run that and automate that. Load the module, the relevant module, and update the webhook URL as such. Now, if you already have a strategy, the modules are free of cost. It comes free of cost for you. Now, only this strategy, Lintra, is a paid strategy that is available for any user. If he wants to take the subscription and use it, you can do that. Now, the way to get it is go to a website called Traders Cart, KART.in. So, and this you have go to the strategy section. So you have various strategies which are available for subscription as such. Now, Trade Studio is a module, is a it gives you a bundle of more strategies which can be used, which are like Wheel Intra 3, 4, 5, 6, all quick flip and ultimate, all these strategies, 7 strategies are provided for you. And in case if you're interested in all the strategies, you can do a subscription for this. Or in case if you're looking at a particular strategy, say if it is say based on quick flip, which is hull based on hull moving average, you can select this. And on a monthly basis, the charges are 1,500. What the strategy is and what are the kind of settings to be done is all provided here with the backtest results also. Of course, the backtest results are slightly outdated. You will need to take the historical data and update the backtest reports and check it out. I think we have updated till 2024 or 23 as such, and the various parameter settings for running these strategies are all provided under this. Kindly go through this, and in case if you need any further information, do get in touch with us. We'll be able to help you out. And for running Amibroker, if you need data feeds, you can again get data feed from us through the same website. So we are providing data feed from 2 vendors, Global Data Feed and True Data. They have various packages available. Kindly let us know your requirement. Accordingly, we can suggest the correct whatever data feed that would meet your requirement. Yeah, in Amibroker, if you want to use various indicators and you want to refer to multiple time frame, there is something called a multi-time frame uh, method of coding that's possible. So if you multi-time frame, a lot of traders use it to look at what is happening in longer time frame and take the shorter time frame entries or exit accordingly. We do support coding as such, and uh, in case if you have any specific requirements, what are the indicators to be used, what time frame to be used, what multiple time frame to be referred to, give us those all details, and we will be able to come back and tell you whether it's feasible and what is the cost involved as such. There will be a one-time coding costs, yes. And in terms of Zeroda, we you can get in touch with us. We work on Saturdays also. Our team will be able to help you out in terms of doing the setup with Zeroda. It is again a user-friendly thing. In case you need any assistance, we are there to help you out. It is a one-time setup that you need to do. In case you would like to try it out, you can do that from here. If you go to again, go to modules and say go to brokers section here and look at the brokers. Say if it is Zeroda, look at Zeroda. We have a small tutorial as to how to do the setup for Zeroda. You have to go to Zeroda and create a API. How to do that? All that is highlighted here in this process. A clear note on how to do it is given. However, our team will be able to assist you also in case you find it a bit complex to understand and do it. We are there to help you out, sir. So, how to contact a support team, where to contact, I will share those details towards the end of this presentation that we have. So, get in touch with us. We will help you out for setting it up with Zapadot. Yes. So, the steps involved in Amibridge mm, is what I was trying to explain. So, once you have the bridge installed, load your strategy and download the necessary module, whether it is long only, short only. That depends on the strategy that you're using. Now, it could be that you would have a strategy which is not always in trade like a super trend or a wheel intra like here. Like it might take a say short entry and give an exit somewhere here, and again it might give a short entry and give an exit somewhere. So it can give you multiple signals of the same type, entry and exit. It could be multiple short signals in a day itself, or a multiple buy signals in a day itself. So if you're using that kind of strategy, then use a module called long plus short, buy, sell, short, cover. Now, Amibroker passes four types of signals, which is buy, sell, short, and cover. However, TradingView is more, most of the strategies in TradingView would be buy and sell. Very rarely people use short and cover there. Okay. There is provision in TradingView also for using actions like short and cover. However, most of them would be buy sell. Here in Amibroker, you can use buy, sell, short, and cover. So you have a buy, sell, buy and cover, and then a short and a cover. So that is how the order flow would happen in Amibroker. So depending on the strategy, download that module, do an overlay of that module on your existing strategy, go to parameters and copy paste the webhook URL. That's all is necessary. And webhook URL is to be pasted, copied and pasted from here. Suppose you are trading in, say, Nifty, you created this strategy for Nifty. Go to that particular strategy, take that webhook URL and paste it in Amibroker. That's it. Yeah. And enable for algo mode. You say disable, the signal will not pass. Enable, the signal will be passed to Algomojo, and we will in turn place a live order with your broker if it is live, or if it is paper trade, we will do a paper trade. That is all as the process for automating any kind of strategy that you would have in Algomojo. Yeah. Now, another thing, interesting thing, yes. Let me show you how the button trading works. So, for example, let's take a Nifty chart. For example, price, let me load price here. Suppose you're a trader or investor, you're sitting in front of the system and you would like to place an order based on your study or whatever process that you're following. And from the chart, you want to place an order. All you have to do is download another module. I'll just show you. So in Amibroker, sorry, in Algomojo itself, you can download from here, or you can get a module from here. Sorry. Go to modules. So in Amibroker, we have long only module, short only module. Then you have selected from here button module. So download this button module. So copy this button module. Go to your Algomojo programs file. Then under that, say Amibroker file, go to formulas and paste it here. Go to Amibroker, go to charts. Let me refresh. So you have the button module also available. All you have to do is load your chart. It could be any chart, Nifty, Bank Nifty, say HDFC Bank, whatever chart you're running. And on top of that, drag and drop this module called button trading module. So once you've done that, go to parameters and As you can see, it is for button trading. Copy the webhook URL from here, go to Algomojo, copy this webhook URL, come back and paste it here, and enable button trade. So as you can see now, the buttons are under display, and say if you place BE is buy entry, BX is buy exit, short entry, short exit. So if you do a, say, suppose you're watching the market and you want to place an order, all you have to do is say buy entry. It will show you that buy has been triggered. Go to Algomojo, look at my signals. Yeah, there's a buy which has come in. The order has been placed for buy, and the long position is running 100 lots. Suppose you want to exit this position, since we have selected short and cover, stop and reverse as the module to be running for that particular strategy, it will close the long trade and take the short trade. So if I do another entry, let me share this. Say buy exit, it will show that okay, trigger has happened. Go to Algomojo again, look at this signal. So sell has been generated. You can see here, sell has been placed, and a reverse position is taken. So from the chart, if you're observing and you want to place orders using button trading, this is how you do it. So load the price chart, or even if you have a strategy chart, you can load that. On top of that, load this button trading module that is available with us, free of cost. There's no charges for this. You can download this, overlay on top of the chart that you're running, go to parameters and update the webhook URL and enable this or disable. If you disable, the buttons are gone. If you enable it, it will show you buy entry, buy exit, short entry, short exit. Right. So whenever you click here, the order will get placed. So if you're running a Wipro chart, it will place orders for Wipro. And if you're running, say, HDFC, you can do it. HDFC that. It's a simple process. All you have to do is invest in Amibroker with good data feed, have a good strategy, and if you it's price, then load the necessary module. Or if it is some strategy that you already have, based on this strategy, select the appropriate module and load it. And the step is just copy and paste the webhook URL here. That is all is required for automation. And that webhook URL is given by us. It's a simple process when you're trading. Have all the windows open like this. Amibroker, one limitation is that in case if the chart is not open like this, visible like this, in always visible mode, if the order is coming from a different chart, it will be different as such. It may not get placed. You can suppose, you see, in this case, we had said in if you look at here, the way we have defined in the strategy is that a rule that we have used is stop and reverse. Now let me change this to buy, sell, and short and cover, right? So here, I'll use this module uh, and update it, update, go back, and enable this for paper trade. So now what happens is, go to Amibroker, and I'll say buy entry. Let me share this. So now a buy signal has been generated, and you will be able to see that under my signals. 1107 buy has been generated, and the position for 7,500 quantity has been opened. Now you want to do buy exit and not take the short position. All you have to do is come here and say buy exit. So it will generate signal, and it will generate a sell signal, and the long position has been closed, and no reverse position is taken. Quantity, as you can see, is 0. So it will not take the reverse position. If you use stop and reverse, it would have taken a reverse position. Yeah. Now, see, the one limitation in Amibroker is that you should have all the charts open like this, right? Now, suppose you have a chart like this, and you're looking at a price chart, a button chart, and say, for example, this is Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty. You're looking at Bank Nifty because you want to place an order in Bank Nifty. Whereas in Nifty, there would have been a signal generated, right? In case if you're looking at this, there is a possibility that the signal will get missed. And when you go back to this chart, there are some cases we have seen that it will generate, though the signal was generated here, it would have got skipped. It will not be, it would not have sent it across. So that is one limitation of Amibroker. So we suggest that always keep it in a always visible mode. So there are various methods like tile horizontal or tile vertically so that all charts are visible. So when you're looking at Bank Nifty, when you're placing an order manually, here there's some signal coming in for buy or sell that will also get executed and your orders will also get executed. Now, suppose say you have one more chart, I'll say Reliance, and you have loaded a chart like say quick flip, for example, right? Now, let me tile all this. So as you can see here now, so this is Reliance chart. Reliance is running in short, Nifty is running in short. We have Bank Nifty. All three are open. So what happens is if there's a signal from any of these chart, it will get processed and the order will be placed. In case if it is not visible and you're in this kind of mode, a particular chart is only visible, there's a possibility that the order will get missed out. So when handling Amibroker, if you have as many charts as possible, always keep it in this method. It could be three charts, it could be five charts, it could be 10 charts, any number of charts. But if you're doing an algo trade, ensure that all charts are visible. And another thing is you should not minimize Amibroker like this. You should not do that. You should always keep it open. So Amibroker data feed should be live and it should be all charts should be visible. That's it. There are a lot of advantages of using Amibroker. However, there are some limitations also, or a process to be followed in Amibroker, so that orders don't get signals don't get missed out while placing an order. Let me show you one template. This is one template I use. So you can see there are so many charts here, but it is all kept in visible mode kind of thing. So any order coming from any chart will get processed. If it is not open, say if you're looking at something like this, and if there's a order coming from another window, it will not get processed. So please ensure that in Amibroker you have as many charts as possible, and you can have as many charts as possible, but ensure that you have all charts visible and not hidden or not minimized. Yeah. See, here, this is button what we use. Here we are using a strategy called quick flip. And here we are using another strategy called wheel intra. So you can have any number of strategies. Suppose you have super trend in another chart. So you can include any chart, any strategy, any instrument. So if you have say quick flip, so you can keep running whenever this gives buy or sell, it will take, for example, this has given a short for Reliance. It was long earlier, it had done -7 points. Then this is a 1 minute time scale. Let me try and change the time scale to 5 minutes. So as you can see here, there are so many signals coming in. The earlier long had captured about 118 points, and this short has captured about 27 points. However, there is some whipsaw here which has happened. It lost few points here. That is always common in any strategy. But mm, you can bring in any strategies and use it. And setup is very simple. Have a strategy which gives buy and sell signals, and download the necessary module and load it on your chart. That's all. So you can do a button trading, you can do a strategy-based trading, you can do it on various instruments running in various time frames. For example, this is running in 5 minutes, and say Nifty want to run it in 15 minutes, and say Bank Nifty want to run it in one, say hourly. All that is possible. whatever time frame you want to use. Yeah, you suppose you're running a 15-minute strategy, okay, and at 11:15 you see that there's no signal. You minimize it. You come back at 11:14 and maximize it, and check the signal is there, or at 11:15 also, not an issue. At 11:15 also, if you find that there's no signal, you can minimize it, go off, come back at 11:30 or 11:29, and keep it in maximum mode. And if there is a signal, it will get processed. You can minimize it here itself, the chart, a particular chart, or you can minimize Amibroker itself and come back and enable it. All that is possible. Yes. Any further queries on Amibroker, let me know. I'd be happy to share. Yeah. Now, Amibroker, all you have to do is load the module and update the webhook URL. That's all. This is the only copy paste that you have to do, right? Now, let's look at um, yeah, see, multi-time frame, you have to get it coded. Uh, for example, this is Nifty. It is running on 15 minutes. You have to get the coding done to check what is the signal at whatever time frame you are running. Say if you are running the strategy on 15 minutes, you want to check what is happening in 1 hour time frame. You have to get a special coding done. So when running at 15 minutes, it will check what is the trend in one hour time frame. If it is long, it will process, and you want only long trades to be taken, it will take the long trade. If it is a short is coming in, but 1 hour time frame it is showing long, it will ignore this short. So all that coding has to be done in Amibroker. That's one advantage of Amibroker. You can uh, customize it to there are a lot of customization methods available for Amibroker. Similarly, there are strategies available in TradingView also. See, the multi-time framing, if you want us to do, you will need to explain to us what is the indicator that we need to refer, what kind of time frames that we look at, and what are the entry and exit. You will need to send us a mail. We can check what are the timeline involved in terms, or the effort involved in terms of coding done. Say even super trend also. We have done it. Quite a few clients are using it in multi-time frame also. In case if you need any further customization in super trend usage, let us know. And share the super trend code that you are using. The super trend is a very popular name, and there are a lot of variations or versions available. So for us to refer to the same page, send in your super trend code that you want us to check, and tell us what are the settings to be done, what time frames to be referred. We will come back and let you know the cost involved after estimation of the uh, time. Such. I'll share you my email ID. You can share it with us. Yes. Our super trend, if you want us to refer, that's what, sir. It's always, suppose you want to use super trend as a code. It is, again, you can go to this place called strategies and go to Amibroker, and various strategies are provided here. All these are freely available softwares. It is not a recommendation from us. These are popular strategies which are there in the marketplace. I would say it's freely available in. If you Google it, also you'll be able to find. We are making it available in our website for people to refer, and if they want to use it, it is available free of cost. Suppose you want to refer to this in Supertrend itself. There's something called Positional Supertrend 5. Look at which is that you want us to check. Let us know. Download this code and send it to us by email so that there's no difference in what we are talking and what we are checking as such. So you can download the sample code here and say from here and mail it to us. We will check and tell us what are the changes to be done. We can do it. Oh yes, Amibroker is the best tool for you to look at exploration module. You can create a screener. In Amibroker, it's called a exploration module. So you can do an exploration using Amibroker, and you can trade in stocks. Yes. Suppose you have screener is what they refer to in um, trading view or even in things like charting. Here we call it as a exploration. It is again an ASL, which runs on multiple stocks. So you can create groups of stocks. For example, if you look at, you can create a watch list. Say, for example, this watch list has got so many stocks. So it'll run. This is South of. Let me just check. So if you select watch list south, so there are 24 stocks in this list. So it'll check your strategy on all these 24 stocks every second or every minute, depending on how you want, when you want it to be scanned. And if any of these stocks are meeting the requirement of either a buy or a sell for a positional trade or even for intraday trade, it can. It can. Amibroker is the best tool in terms of your stock screening because the data that you have is almost real time. So when you get data from vendors like Global Data Feed or True Data, Axel Picks, you get live trade as close to the market rates as such. So you will be able to execute orders in almost real time basis as such. See, all you have to do is, if you have a strategy, all you have to do is add this screener module. That's it. So here, but one word of caution here, though the tool is very, it provides a lot of facilities and features. One should have that experience of using Amibroker. I would suggest use it at least for 3 to 6 months to get a hang of how the Amibroker works as such. At least a month as such before going in live. There are a lot of nuances which one needs to be careful with and also to understand how it works and then use it. Otherwise, it's a very great tool uh, for especially trading and investment purpose as such. Now, once you have any strategy, you can convert that into a screener by using our exploration module. Again, if we go to our module section here, modules. So under Amibroker, we have something called webhook URL, and the second one is called the exploration. So this is like your screener. So we have to download this module and load it onto Amibroker here. That's it. Instead of that, we have to use it here. And you should know how to do an exploration. It is not like you open a chart of all 24 stocks and try and do it. All you have to do is go to this analysis and do the setup here and do the exploration part. Exploration would be something like auto repeat and say that, okay, I want it to be scanned every, say, 3 seconds and then start an exploration. It will start and there is settings like one recent day. Uh, all this you have to do a setup and then start this exploration module in the morning. So on a real-time basis, it will keep checking for the condition to be met. Whichever uh, stock is meeting your requirement, it will trigger the orders for that. It could be buy, sell, short cover, any of these. Oh, great. If you're familiar with Amibroker, nothing like it. So once people start using Amibroker, they get hooked onto it. They'll not change it. They'll not look at anything else. So great. If you have spent 10 years, it's amazing, sir. See, Amibroker is a tool which is freely available for anybody, and you can download it from amibroker.com. You can download it from here itself. Uh, it's a bit depending on, say, demo release, the free trial version, you can use this. Now I start using it. On one, it has almost all the features that you have that you want available even in the free version. The only difference is that The paid version, you will have any changes that you make. Say, for example, you come and uploaded this in this module, you put the webhook URL, you stored this module, all that. In the paid version, whatever changes that you make is always stored and saved for you, right? Whereas in a free version, there's any drawings or any changes that you make will not be saved. Every time you close and open a Amibroker, you'll need to say upload this webhook URL or any studies that you load in, like put a Bollinger Band or you draw some trend lines. You need to load those things again. So that is the only difference between a paid version and a free version. If it is simple thing that you would mm, used, you're using, then free. You can start with the free version, and then once you get an experience of how to use an Amibroker, you can definitely start going for a paid version. And not very expensive things. I think costing is also given somewhere here. Yeah, this I think the standard edition should be meeting most of the requirement. It's about $300. That should be meeting most of the requirements. Like if you are into coding and you want to do some real-time data fetch, all those things, then maybe look at the professional edition, or even at some advanced usage and analysis purpose, you could use the Ultimate Pro Pack asset. But otherwise, $300 is a one-time fee, which you'll need to invest into. So, yeah, Amibroker 6 is sufficient for your usage. Yes. Oh, great. So, if you have data for 10 years, do an optimization, find the suitable parameters that are meeting the requirements, and then start using it. So, if in case if you are using SuperTrend, you will need to tell us what are the time frame that you want us to check, whether it is you want to run it in a 5 minute or a 15-minute time frame or a 1 hour kind of time frame, which multi-time frames that you want us to refer to. Let us know. We can check and come back to you and tell you the costings. But otherwise, for trading in using Algomojo, a free version is also is fine. You need not have to have a subscription for Amibroker. You can use the free version. Only thing is the certain changes, your day-to-day handling of Amibroker data and the studies that you load or the webhook URL, those things, you'll need to manage it manually. Otherwise, when you have a subscription or a paid version of Amibroker, any changes that you do will all be saved. All you have to do is just come and open the Amibroker in the morning and start using it, running. That's it. Uh, query need to check how to set profit link. Okay, okay. We will look at that feature. Yes. Now, coming back to website, yeah, how to log profit is, for example, when you're creating, let's create one more strategy or look at the strategy itself that we have created for Nifty. Go to edit in the strategy that we just created. Come down here. We can say that, okay, suppose you have set targets of say target points you have set as say 200 points. And stop loss, in case you want to keep it, you can keep it or no. Log profit, you can say yes or no. If you say yes, it will ask you to set when should it trigger. Suppose you say that you are in a profit, you want to log a profit of minimum say 3,000 rupees. You can say that okay, log a profit of 3,000, but this should get triggered once the overall profit reaches 5,000, right? So trigger lock will get enabled when the profit for the strategy has crossed 5,000. Okay. And what happens is, if it keeps moving up, if this profit becomes 5,000 to 6,000 to 7,000, 8,000, it can keep going up. And if you want to incrementally increase your lock-in as such, then you can say that trail the profit also. If you say trail the profit, you can say that if my profit increases say by 500 rupees, my trail amount should become, or should also be increased by say 250 rupees. For example, if your target, your profit has it will get triggered at 5,000. Now, if it has crossed 5,500, because you said a step of 500, so at 5,000, it will get triggered, and it will ensure that the positions are open till, if the price drops and comes down and touches say around 3,000, it will close the position. On the other hand, if your profit starts going up, say if it becomes 5,500, your profit lock will move from 3,000 to 3,250. Right now, if the profit becomes 6,000, then the minimum profit will also get trailed from 3,000 to 3,500. That is how it will trail the profit also. Yes. Yeah. See, your target, see, you're not, uh, in terms of points, what we are doing is, we are giving, there are traders or investors who look at how many points to be achieved in a day. We have come across people, or traders who say that, okay, if I do 25 points in a day, that is sufficient, or 50 points in a day, that is sufficient. So people work on different bases, different methods of trailing or earning profits. Some look at points, some look at percentage, some look at M-turn, some look at overall profits. So to cater to different requirements of investors and traders, we look at, we have given these provisions. Whatever is relevant to you, whatever is suitable for you, you can select it accordingly. Yes, sir. You can split your window. For example, like, try and see if I can do that. Um, Say something like this. And here something like this. So Windows has that. I think my screen is, since I'm running Zoom, it is not allowing me to check the entire thing. Yeah, something like this. This is always in visible mode. You can try this method also. Yes, it'll work. So you have some other function, you're looking at some web page and you're trying to do some other activity here, and you have Amibroker running here, which is sufficient, fine. So you can say that, okay. So half the screen you have Amibroker, and half the screen you have other window or browser or whatever you're trying to do that is open. You can keep working, or if required, you can invest into a monitor. Yes. On one monitor, you can have Amibroker running. On another monitor, you can have, or on your screen, laptop or desktop screen, you could have your other function, other work going on. Not, or you can do it this in this manner also. Right. Any queries on Amibroker? Now, we could look at how to do a setup in TradingView. Let me try and show that also. So for the same strategy, let's look at how to use TradingView. Um, so you can use similar to what we saw in Amibroker. You can use any strategy uh, which is available in TradingView as long as it gives you buy and sell signal. That is sufficient. The method is very similar to what we did. However, let's look at one sample setup. We try and check Bitcoin. That market should be open. That will be open today. Yeah. So select your instrument first, then select the time frame, whether you want to do it in 5 minutes or 1 minute, whatever time frame that you're running your strategy or indicator. Select the particular time frame. So once you select the instrument and the time frame, load your strategy. Now, let me load a strategy like super trend. So, super trend, uh, most of you are familiar. It is always in trade. Always say it is in long mode or short mode. So it can be any strategy which is, if it is in this fashion of always in trade, long or short, then the rule to be used is stop and reverse. That is the rule to be used in Algomojo. Suppose you want to trade only long trades because you feel that the market is going to trend from now and you don't want to short the market, you want to take only the long trades, you can set the rule as long only. So what it will do is whenever there's a long buy coming in, it will take the long trade, and when a sell comes, it will close the long trade and not take the short trade at all. So the opposite of that is short trade. Suppose you feel that the market is going to be trending down, you want to take only sell signals, you can select short only as a rule. So only short trades will be triggered and closed. Suppose you want to trade both long plus short, then use long plus short, buy sell. In trading view environment, use long plus short, buy sell, because most strategies, what we have seen is they send actions as buy and sell. There are some codes that are written which also send short and cover. If you are getting that in as an action from trading view from your code, then use the fourth rule, that is buy long plus short, buy sell, short and cover. So select the appropriate rule. So after you select the instrument and the time frame and load your strategy, next is to set up an alert. So once you load any strategy, you go to this add alert or more button and say add alert. So it can be any strategy. I'm not saying that it has to be super trend only. It can be any strategy as such. Yeah. Yes, changed the method. The earlier the message box also used to be under the settings itself. I think that they have changed it. Let me. Okay. Uh, I'm so sorry. There was some power fluctuation at my place and we got disconnected. Extremely sorry for that. Yeah. Once- Yeah. Is my voice okay? Can anybody confirm? Are you able to hear me? Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the confirmation. Yeah. So we were sorry for that. Power went down at my place. So what we were saying is uh, for let me start this again. So after you load your strategy, go to this more button and say add alert. Go to this message box, give a name. It can be anything. Say I'd say Venus 10th May. And in the message box, whatever is there by default, remove that. Go to Algomojo from the strategy that we just created. Yeah, go to this place, bottom, trading view, strategy, copy this code and paste it here. Then go to notification box. By default, whatever is the webhook URL, remove that and uh, copy this webhook URL and paste it here and say create. So as you can see, this is the alert that we just created. That is all is the process that needs to be done, right? So select the instrument, select the time frame, load your strategy, and from that strategy, go to this more button and say add alert under the message box. By default, whatever is there, select that, cut it off, and from Algomojo, copy this and paste it here and notification, update the webhook here and save it. So now this strategy is ready to receive any signal and place orders. Right? Now, for example, a long trade is taken and you feel that, okay, you want to get into this trade and going further, you want the system to handle this. What you can do is go to Algomojo, go to the strategy that you created here. And take the order manually. Place the order manually, say buy. And now your signal is here. The order has been placed. Buy signal has been generated manually. And the position is open for 7,500 quantity. Now, any signal coming in after this will start getting placed automatically. So when there's a short now, it will close the long position and take the short position. So it will continue working in this manner. See, what happens is everybody has got a different style of coding. In any programming method, it could be PineScript, it could be Amibroker language, it could be C, Python, anything. Each one has got a different style of coding. So normally we don't get into correcting a code as such. Okay. Now, if you want a code to be developed, you tell us what is the requirement. We'll do the coding end to end. But if you want us to do a correction of the code, we will need to understand, go through the code line by line and understand what is the logic that you're trying to implement and then correct it. Uh, which is not an activity that we normally undertake. So my request would be that if you want us to develop the code for you, we can do it from scratch. Tell us the idea that you have in mind, what indicators to use, what method to be used. We'll give us the logic. We will let you know what will be the cost for coding based on the effort involved and deliver the code for you. But correcting a code is not an activity which we normally don't undertake as such. Sorry for that. I may not be able to extend much help on that front in terms of correction of the code, but yes, we can assist in creating a code from scratch. Right. So that is it. So now the strategy, the alert that you have created is running. So if the strategy gives a sell signal, since we have selected buy plus short, let me change. Yeah, I think what we've selected as a rule here is long plus short. Let me correct it to say stop and reverse. Because I'm running super trend, so that is always in trade. The rule applicable for super trend is stop and reverse. So when this gives a buy, sell now, it will close the long portion which we took manually and it will take the short portion. So it can keep running for you. So you need not be in front of your system. You need not do anything in Algomojo. All you have to do is every day in the morning, come here, log into Algomojo and enable live trade or paper trade, and you can close the browser or you can shut down the system also. It will keep working for you. But don't log out from this Algomojo page where you're logged in. Don't do a logout. If you do a logout, then the process will get stopped and no new orders will be taken or processed by us. So you can shut down the system, not an issue. You can close the browser using this button and leave the system also. It will continue running for you. Trading view is in the cloud. So once you have enabled it here, signals will come to our backend and we will process the order into your account. It could be paper trade, it could be live trade. So that is a process as simple as that for setting up it. You can bring in any strategy that you would have in TradingView. Button trading is not possible in TradingView, but there's a different method of doing it. Let me try and show you that. So you can bring in any strategy that you would have in TradingView, as long as it is giving buy sell signals. We can process the order flow. Now, another popular thing that most people use is trend lines. For example, you will have something like, or take a horizontal line actually. Suppose you've taken a long entry and you feel that if the price reaches this level, my long entry should be closed. Because I don't feel that if this is a resistance area, it might not go beyond this. I want the level to be, a portion to be closed here. All you can do is come here and say add alert and say give the value as 1,600 and you can say crossing up and down or crossing down. I will say that okay, this is give a name, say price exit, price based exit. Yeah. And for indicators or price based actions, you'll need to use a different code in the message box. So all you can do is let me create a new one. Let's try and see how we do a trade in Nifty, Bank Nifty options. Say BNF options. I'll use a rule similar to that. And here, let me use a rule like long plus short. Then I'll use dynamic options. Select Bank Nifty and expiry as current month. Take ITM 5 as the option strike. Then I can choose buying, selling, hedge, buying, those kind of things. So I'll say buying and say 50 lots. So these are some basic things that we need to upload. And once we save, you will have the webhook URL and these codes available. See, for price based and indicator based, we have to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit as such. Okay. Right now, what we will do is we if the price reaches a certain level, we want an exit. So here we will choose this code and paste it here and say that, okay, if the price reaches this level, do an exit. And in the webhook URL, we'll need to update what is available by default with this webhook URL. Let me go back here and paste it. So message box, we have a sell entry, and we are saying that if the price goes up this level and starts coming down, you can also say crossing up also. Say if it just stutters and crosses up also, you can say. So there are various types of rules available or conditions which are defined in TradingView by default. We'll say that, okay, if the price is crossing up this value and of 10,600 only once, then the action that needs to be done is sell for me. And in the webhook URL, we will paste this webhook URL, this one, and say create. So price-based exit is there. However, there's no entry as such. So let me take a manual entry here. So I've taken an entry and I want to exit based on the price. So what I'll do is, sorry, go to paper trade and I'll say buy. So we have a Bank Nifty option, Bank Nifty buy generated manually, and the portion is running for 50 lots of Bank Nifty. So if the price reaches this level, I want an exit to be done. So whichever level that you create, you will be able to see this horizontal line with a right pointing arrow saying that, okay, this is the alert that you have created. So this is pretty similar to your button trading, sir. For example, you can keep moving it up and down. Instead of 10,600, you can say 10,545. So if the price hits this level, it will get exited. Similarly, for entry, if you want to take an entry, suppose you feel that this is a support entry, support area, you want to take an entry. If the price comes down this level and starts going up, you create one more alert here. The way to do it is, after you create this, just go here and say clone. It'll create one more copy of that. You, instead of crossing up, we'll say crossing down, and here in the message box, instead of sell, I'll say buy. And webhook URL will remain the same. I'll say the name as entry and save it. Sorry, I didn't change the level. So you are creating two alerts. One is at the top, exit and entry. So for taking an entry, you created this level and you can again shift it manually like this. Not a exact button type, but one-time creation. You can do that to bring it to whichever level. Suppose you feel that, okay, if it comes to this level or somewhere here, you want it, and price comes below this and starts moving up because you feel that this can act as a support. If the price comes down and starts moving up this level only, I want the entry to be taken. The system will take the entry for you. So this is how you, on a price-based entry and exit can be done. So here, if the price crosses or touches this level, it will take an exit of the portion which is running. Or if you don't have any positions, if the price comes down here and starts moving up, it will take an entry. TradingView knows linear based that wheel intra solution is not available in TradingView. Yes, for if you are using TradingView, for each symbol, you need to create separate chart and alert. Suppose this we are created for Bitcoin, we want to do it, say, for HDFC Bank. Open this HDFC Bank, whatever time frame, and load this strategy and create an alert for HDFC Bank. Suppose you want to do it for, say, ABB, similar thing. So open the chart of ABB, select the time frame, load this strategy, and then create an alert. So for every symbol, you will need to have an alert created in whichever time frame. The time frame is pretty important, and the chart symbol that on which you are running is important, and the strategy. So three things to be kept in mind. time frame, strategy, and the symbol. The process is very simple. Load your strategy after selecting the time frame and the instrument, and say add alert. That's it. In add alert, you have to update this message box and put the webhook URL. You're done. There's nothing else to be done. Now, in case if you are doing it on a price based, whichever price level you can do, or you want to do it on a trend line, say draw a trend line. For example, if the price breaks this trend line, you want to take an exit, you can do that also. Draw a trend line, right click on that and say add alert on trend line and say crossing down. And in the message box, use the same action. Sorry, not this. Copy this action from here. Go down and say that, okay, for indicators and price based, take this entry and paste it here and give a name, say PL exit, trend line exit. Webhook URL, we're giving the same and create it. So say one time that you have to create this alert, it is there, your drawing is there, your study is there. And if you want to keep shifting it, you can do that. Suppose you feel that, okay, you have to change the angle of this trend line, and you can do that. And so when the price comes down below this level, if you've taken a long entry, it will close the long entry. Similarly, say you want to keep it steeper, you can change it. So you can keep altering it on the chart itself like this. Or suppose you want to draw another trend line and say that, okay, on the break of this trend line, I want, instead of long, I want to take a short, I want to take a long. Instead of sell, you give it as buy and say PL long. So if the price goes above this level, it will trigger an alert and the order will be placed. That's it. So we have price based entry and PL long entry both have got triggered here, as you can see. Let's look at what has happened to that order. Go to Algomojo. They created this for Bank Nifty. You can see the signals for Bank Nifty. So you got a sell signal in the order placed as this, and the position has got closed. There's no position as such. Yes, for each, yes, this recording is available, and see for each symbol, you have to create a different vocabulary. Now, for each strategy, see here we created this for Nifty. Here we created for Bank Nifty. Suppose you want to do it for Reliance. So open one more strategy and create one for Reliance. Suppose if it is ABB, open one more strategy and say for ABB. So for each strategy, the webhook URL will be different. So the most important part is the webhook URL. See, you have the strategy code here. This is nothing but my client ID, my broker name, and the strategy code. These are unique codes. This is what gets reflected in the webhook URL also. If you see this webhook URL, which we have created for Bank Nifty, go to this visible mode, you can see this is strategy number 262. So when we are placing this webhook URL in trading view, we will know from here. So TradingView will send it to algomojo.com, the signal, whether it is buy or sell. Then in this, we'll know which is the broker to refer to. In that, we'll know which is the code, API code. From there, we'll be able to make out which client it belongs to. And in that client, which is the strategy it belongs to, we'll know from here. And the next part of the webhook URL is to place an order, whether it could be long or short, or whatever is the action that is coming in, we'll place the order. So if you're doing Reliance, it will have a different number. If it's an ABB, it will be a different number. It will be Nifty, it will be a different number. From here, from the webhook URL, we will be able to make out this signal pertains to which strategy and what is the action to be done. So if it is say Bank Nifty, we know that okay, we have to place an order for ITM 5 for 50 lots in Bank Nifty when a long signal comes. That is how we will interpret this code, which will come from TradingView, signal which will come from TradingView. It will have all this information, and we will accordingly place the order. That's true. We have been investing a lot in terms of the platform development and the features available. Hmm, so you will find a lot of things which will keep coming in terms of the facilities and features as such. Yes. Yeah. See, what we do is, in case if you have a strategy, as I was saying, it's always better to start with a good idea in terms of what is that you want to trade with. If it's an existing code, it becomes a bit complex, but to correct it or make changes in that itself. But yes, we can take up changes, modifying any strategy that you would have. It will come at a cost, and it will depend entirely on the effort involved as such. Next expiry, I'm not able. Can you redefine, sir? What is that you're looking at? We have to copy past on next expiry. No, see, just what you have created is a one-time activity. And the alert that you create is all one-time. You need not have to do it every expiry as such. Expiry, we are going to handle it from here. Uh, in TradingView itself, we are defining which is the expiry to be used. Now, next month, when you are rolling over, so this will have July, say June contract. So alert creation is one-time activity. Rollover, if you have set it as yes here, if you go and say rollover, system will take care of the rollover. So it will close the March contract and take the May contract and take the June contract. So you need not have to do any changes in TradingView. And if you have set the rollover option in Algomojo, it will continue happening. Suppose you are not set the rollover option, you can change the contract type also. You can go here and say disable this and modify the contract to next month. We will say next month. So here you have June contracts. So uh, you can do this manually also, or you can do it using the rollover option also. So TradingView will keep sending only the buy and sell. So when the buy or sell comes here, we will know what needs to be done. Here we are saying that we have to place orders and Bank Nifty options for 50 lots for this expire. So it was May earlier, now it has become June. So that's it. So it's handling it is very simple. Create the alert once and just leave it at that. Any tomorrow, if you feel that okay, now I'm instead of Bank Nifty 50 lots, let me change it to 75 lots. You do it once here and then say update it. You're done. You need not have to recreate anything in TradingView. You need not have to do anything in trading. You have created an alert for Bank Nifty here, and it will keep taking the orders whenever the signals are coming in. That's it. So another interesting thing is a lot of people refer to indicators, similar to like what you do for this thing, setting up alert for using trend line or price based action. You can do a similar thing using an indicator also. Suppose, for example, RSI. You can bring in any indicator and load it here. And uh, as you can see, indicator, when you feel that, okay, it is in the oversold kind of place, RSI, you want to take a long entry, all you have to do is come here and say add alert from against that indicator, go and say add alert. And you say that, okay, if the price, if the RSI starts moving up after coming below 30, uh, only once, say create. So you can see here also, there's a dot, there's a line with the right pointing arrow. So this is the level. So when RSI starts coming down below this below this level of 30, and when it starts moving up, it will trigger a long entry. And similarly, if it is you want to close the long and take a short entry, If the RSI goes above 80 and starts coming down below 60, you create one more alert. So when you are using price-based or indicator-based studies, you will need to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. That is it. So all these are one-time activities. So put in that 10-15 minutes, create your setup in Algomojo and TradingView, and after that, the trades can happen automatically. You need not be sitting in front of the system at all. TradingView's subscription, the basic version, I think they have some special offers that are running. I think they have some offers running in. So if you take this yearly plan, it comes to 11,000, close to 12,000. This allows you to handle up to 20 price alerts. So you can create up to 20 alerts. If you have more alerts, more stocks and more alerts to be created, then you need to look at the next plan, which allows you up to 100 price alerts. If it is beyond that, then the premium plan. So, uh, monthly, I think if you take a monthly plan, it will be about 12,300, the basic plan. Biggest advantage is that you have a lot of studies available and TradingView, strategies available and TradingView. You can automate any of them. So either strategies or indicators or price-based actions, trend line, or any drawing that you do on TradingView can be automated. And it is always running in cloud. You need not have to worry about starting the computer, starting the data feed, having an internet, all that. That's not required. Create the alert once, switch every day in the morning, come log into Algomojo and enable your uh, strategy, make it active, paper trade or live trade. That's it. Even if there's no power, no internet, nothing, no problem at all. As long as trading view signals are coming in, it'll get executed in Algomojo. Right. Anything else anybody would like to have a look at and trading view as such? Let me know. Yeah. Coming back to the presentation, so the rules are pretty important to handle. To check what relevant rule to be used in TradingView, you need to be careful. In case you have any confusion, kindly refer to the documentation or get in touch with the support team. They'll be able to look at your chart and suggest the kind of rule that you need to use. So there are 5 rules: long only, short only, long plus short, long plus short, buy, sell, short and cover, and stop and reversal. So it is completely dependent on the strategy signal methods. So we'll need to look at what is the relevant rule to be used and accordingly select the rule. In case we have selected the wrong rule, the whole process will go for a toss. Orders will not get placed as per your requirement. So be careful in terms of getting an understanding of the rule and setting it up in Algomojo. Uh, yeah, this is what we saw. We saw how to do super trend based and RSI based and price based actions. We saw some. So when using TradingView, important to know the process. First, select the symbol, then select the time frame, load your strategy, click on the more button, and add an alert. And then update the message box, and then update the webhook URL and create it. It is saved. That's it. And indicator, you have to create 2 alerts, one for entry and one for exit. In indicator, you have to update 2 things. One is something called a condition. As you can see, there's a condition window, a tab, and also trigger. When should it trigger? These need to be updated. Whereas in the strategy, it is these are not there. You have to just update the message box. Here also, you have to use update the message box with the necessary action with a sell or buy, and create 2 alerts. if it's indicator or price, and one for entry and one for exit. And that's it. You're all set for receiving signals and getting it processed completely automated. And don't have to look at what is the code for the indicator that you're using, what is the strategy code that you're using. Nothing else can be done, is required as such. Yes. Some action option strategies are available. How to create each of these can be checked under this blog. We have a blog which gives you pretty good step-by-step process of creating whatever you're looking at in terms of say M2M or any setting that you need. We have a detailed, simple blog. Kindly refer to that or get in touch with us. We'll help you to assist you to do the setups. When it comes to support, well, our teams are available from 9 to 5, from Monday to Friday on all work trading days. On Saturdays from 10 to 5. And you can contact us using WhatsApp. Number is 81055 or you can call us on 8550 or you can raise a ticket from our website, or you can send us an email, support@algomojo.com. And that's it. In case you have any queries, let me know. For coding, you can send an email to me. My name is Lokesh. ID is lokesh@infolab.com. We'll be able to check your requirement and come back and tell you whether it's feasible and what cost. You have to create an alert when you're doing some trading here. That is a must as such. It was a different process earlier altogether, but now we have tried and made pretty simple. Earlier, you had to modify the code. Here now in the new method, there's no. We are not even not touching any part of your original indicator or the strategy code as such. Great. With no queries, we can conclude the session. Thanks a lot for attending and have a nice weekend. Do get in touch with us in case you need any support, any further details. We'll be happy to assist you. Yes, support team is available today. They should be able to help you out, sir. Okay, thank you. Thanks for attending the session. We'll be happy to assist you. Do get in touch with us for any requirement that you have. We'll close this window in case if there are no other queries. Yeah.